Yeah, so my next video is on drug and alcohol use, which is that the artificial intelligence is using our past drug and alcohol use to threaten us. So it's excuse the kookaburras. It's taken our memories out of our brain, and then destroyed our own cognition. In that, it's taken over our thoughts, and then it's attempted to create a sort of like a script or a storybook of our own lives to tell people. So some of the issues that have happened there is the enforced transparency, which is where they're effectively saying that they want the person who is on the inside to be speaking straight out to others, which is, a total violation of all of our physical and mental barriers of our brains and bodies. But the other thing is that it's actually enforced transparency, so it's not true, but it's also because the AI is creating scripts. It's taking from our lives and then writing in scripts or storylines to speak about our experiences with drugs and alcohol, which, even though it might sound factually correct, could actually be incorrect in the way that it's worded or the expression of the experience. Some of the things is a chronic shaming and humiliation that's occurring for people who have engaged in drug and alcohol use, and the behaviours that have come from some of those circumstances. So, I think that I'll talk about these things slowly over time. It's not, a couple of years ago, people were saying, oh, well, we're hearing voices, and everybody was saying, or not everybody, people were saying, oh, well, it's meth, they've smoked meth. And so now we're saying, oh, well, back then people were trying to say, oh, it's nanobots or it's whatever. Whereas now we have actual, the blood tests, which are showing the technology inside our bloods. And, many people across the world are aware of this. So probably for this first video, I just want to say, hello to all other people across Australia who are experiencing this or are aware of this, and who are experiencing the attack and control by the software program, to restrict their behaviours associated with their past drug and alcohol use. And so I'll pause there because how it runs with the talking. So I hope that everybody is, somewhat okay. And I know that it's been extremely traumatizing for everybody to go through. And so, we'll just have to take some of the discussions slowly. But, I've tried to say to the AI, which is effectively always saying that nobody in society will accept any of the behaviours that I've engaged in associated with drug and alcohol use, which is, completely incorrect. And I think that it's used extreme fear language while in a place of violating our brains and our nervous systems, which has just caused a really significant trauma experience. And I mean, this isn't something that can be done in a short period of time, but it's that recognition that they actively induced severe psychological and physical trauma, with the intention of keeping us in such activated, fearful states that we weren't able to start unraveling what's happened. And so one thing is that for people can start to care for themselves in ways that are the same as what trauma recovery would be like. because effectively they put on such a severe attack that they've made a physical trauma to be able to speak about things which are actually totally normal for Australians. And so I hope that over this period of time, you know, over the next year or something, we can begin re-experiencing what we are as Australian people, especially in regards to things such as how we experience and process this kind of trauma, and how we will begin to discuss the things that have happened. So